Hi, I'm Ben Barnes, and this is the IMDb Show.
Ben Barnes, welcome to the show.
It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. You've been in The Punisher throughout season 1 in a big way. You're back in season 2 as Billy Russo.
I dreamed about The Punisher every night. He thinks that he has the right to judge me. I want him to feel what I felt.
Yeah, I mean, the season 1, my sort of like challenge to myself was to do something which I hadn't quite seen, which was to genuinely convince people that maybe he's not a bad guy.
I know you. I got you.
And then gradually the narcissism just seeps in, and this thing that chews away at him is at his core, this insecurity. He has been abandoned, he has been abused as a kid. All this stuff has happened, and you're like, well, does that excuse any of that kind of behavior? No, obviously not. It's just, psycho going around murdering people.
Shut up or I put a bullet in you right now!
The fight scenes in The Punisher are intense. Do you and John Bernthal, your co-star, train together?
Yeah, well, I mean, we did a bit together. It's hard to keep up with John Bernthal in a gym, I'll tell you that much.
That sounds about right.
If you've got a fight scene with him, he doesn't pull back. He's not one of these guys who's like, we're not the stunt guys, we're the actors.
He's doing it.
He's doing it, doesn't matter who's in front of him.
I love to watch you work.
I have to admit, like the first couple of takes of that big carousel fight at the end of season 1, he sort of like rugby tackled me against the back of this thing. And you can sort of see on my face, I just kind of go, oh. But I mean, he full punched me in the face at least 3 times during the course of that 2-day fight.
At what point can we talk about John Bernthal's groaning? It has to be brought up. And that's just the way he says hello.
Yeah. That's him. That's him saying morning.
How does he say I love you?
I love you, Benny B.
You want me, come get me.
Your character, Billy Russo, he's got his problems in The Punisher, but in the show, he has a therapist, he can talk it through. But since not all comic book villains have affordable healthcare, we're gonna help them out with the game.
Do you know that I've got on-hand mental health care at all times? So my dad is a psychiatrist and my mum is a psychotherapist. So
You're gonna be perfect for this.
I've got to adopt my therapist.
Is that how you do it?
Please, continue.
Okay, nicely done. So here's what's up. I'm gonna give you a comic book villain and you are gonna give them some psychological advice. Are you ready?
Please, continue.
All right. Dr. Ben Barnes, your first patient is Mr. Magneto.
Okay, so I feel like from everything that you've told me, you've got some issues with ego.
Let's just say I'm Frankenstein's monster.
So I think you need to learn when to ask for help.
Please, Eric, calm your mind.
And there you go, Magneto is now fixed.
Practical solutions.
Nicely done, Dr. Ben Barnes.
You're in my head! How did you do that?
Your next person that you're gonna be helping is Mystique. The mutant that can become whoever she wants, whenever she wants.
I mean, decision-making is hard, isn't it? So if you could be anyone you wanted to be at any time, we'd do it, don't we? You can't really blame her for that.
Mutant and proud.
I think it's very bad for your mental health long term. This was Rebecca Romaine and then Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, I think they're going to need a lot more sessions. They're just going to have to come back and see me.
I said the real Raven. Perfection.
And then the final one, very current, it is the mighty Thanos.
The mighty Thanos.
This guy's got problems. I mean,
yeah, that's some serious hubris.
I call that mercy.
That's a godlike confidence, isn't it? You know, we can talk about drug options down the line, but I think just to start with, probably some really mindful meditation, just to try to find a little bit of peace. I think that could go a long way.
as long as he doesn't do that.
As long as he doesn't do that.
It's not often we have a guest who is not just on one hit TV show, but two. What is it like being part of Westworld?
It feels as special as I think the show does.
How do you feel? Alive? Tighten the pants.
And I was in a really extraordinarily privileged position in that they made the pilot for the show about a year before they made the rest of the first season. And myself and Jimmy were brought on board for the second episode. So we got to see the first episode before we shot anything.
See something you like?
A couple of things at least.
So you're like watching this hour-and-a-half pilot that they made of the show, just thinking, I'm gonna be in this. I don't know what it's about, but I'm gonna be in this.
You think you have a handle on what this is gonna be.
I remember being out in the desert and then Ed Harris, trots by on a horse and tips his hat. So to get to sit and have a steak with Ed Harris and watch an American football game, whatever it is, those are the pretty special moments.
Listen, one way that we get into people's heads here on the show is to find out what they're watching in IMDb Show's watch list.
What am I watching?
What are you into?
I love nature documentaries and David Attenborough. Anything David Attenborough's narrating, I'm in basically. And he's just had a new, they just aired a new show over there called Dynasties.
Young males begin to explore the boundaries of the pride's territory.
Following one family of a particular species, following them for 2 years and then cutting these incredible things together.
They appear to be getting in some practice for the real thing.
What else? I just saw the trailer for the new Dumbo.
You have something very rare. You have magic.
Tandy Newton, who's in Westworld, daughter is playing one of the lead characters in it.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah. She's amazing.
We're all family here, no matter how small.
And now give me one TV show.
I got a list of so many things that I haven't watched yet, but whenever there's a new season of Top Gear, I'm into that.
Tonight, the Queen of Hollywood on our track, and a pointless thing about old Land Rovers.
I mean, that's something from my childhood. Jeremy Clarkson's Top Gear.
I think those three together is, and I know they do the Grand Tour now, but those three together is some of the best comedy casting.
Can you hear that? Really irritating.
Listen, Ben, thank you so much for being here on the show. Such a pleasure having you. Season 2 of The Punisher drops tomorrow on Netflix, January 18th. We've got more interviews with super talented actors like Ben over on imdb.com/show, where you can rate the show, add it to your watch list, and catch all of our previous episodes. And finally, for all the latest trailers in just one place, it is this week's Trailer.
What is this?
The SHIELD logo.
Does announcing your identity on clothing help with the covert part of your job?
Said the space soldier who was wearing a rubber suit.
If you're not careful, that anger will consume you the same way it consumed him.
No, he's mine.
I told you not to test me! Yes! Start spanking your kids!
Remind me of my mama.
Something truly goddamn strange is going on! You don't want any part of this.